All right, guys, I have an issue that I have to address. All right, so if you don't know, I live in Colorado. I split my time between Boulder and Denver. My business is in Boulder, and I live in Denver. Okay, I've lived here since 2021. All right, I am a African American person, and when Deion Sanders in 2022 was hired, right? Before he was hired, we had rumblings, in the Colorado streets because he was visiting. And when he was officially hired in December, I know we all remember he got off his private jet, everything was photographed. Um, I was very excited. I am a Deion Sanders fan, I am a fan of the family. And I am a fan of having a black coach here in Colorado. There are not many black people in Colorado at all. So to have an influx of black people here, I was so excited. And I still am very excited to have him here. Um, what I want to talk about is the fact that USA Today and Complex, as well as some other publications, published articles in regards to the $27 million deficit that they are now facing. And the way that the publications are crafting the story is that it is due to um, the pay of Deion Sanders. Okay, and it is due to the NIL deals that they are having to pay out to their players. I want to make a video on this because I feel like since the onset of him being hired, there has always been like this sentiment, I feel like, of people waiting for him to crash. So when his sons, have their chains and they have their nice cars, and the rest of the team, they follow suit, and they also have their big Cubans and they have their nice cars, and they have the rappers coming to do halftime performances or locker room concerts. It's always met with a a sentiment of racism. And I think it's really important to actually speak on that because it's very clear that individuals here in Colorado and abound do not like the fact that he speaks to blackness. They do not like the fact that he allows his teammates to have culture. They do not like the fact that the guys can wear chains. They do not like the fact that there is Lil Wayne who is rapping, or Big X the Plug who's in the locker room doing a show for the players before or after the game. That is the fundamental issue. That is the problem. I'm looking right now, okay, and I'm not a sport analyst. I'm just a person who is invested in Dion. I'm invested in the Colorado team, and I am invested primarily because one, I like him, but because he is black and he brings a black presence. Like, let's not act like it's a lot of blackness here. He brought blackness, culture, and people to University of Colorado Boulder in particular. Boulder. You can count the amount of black people you see in a month on two hands, maybe one. So it feels good to have him here. And it makes me sick to my stomach to see all these comments where people are like, yeah, you can take those rappers with you. And, it was because of the chains. No, 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 no. No. That, no, no, no. So I'm looking here for college football head coaches. Okay. So the highest paid we have at Georgia, Kirby Smart, SEC conference. Okay, cool. 13 million. Then you go down, you have Ryan Day, Big Ten, Lincoln Riley, Big Ten. And, all these schools are in conferences that are significantly better than Colorado. Deion is the 14th person on the list, and he is number one for the Big 12 conference, right? At $8 million, a bonus of 1,875,000. Okay, bonus is paid out for the 2024 through 25 year, 650,000. So yeah, that's pretty much on par with a lot of the other coaches that are 1 through 13. Okay, but like I said, he is going to be number one in regards to how much he's paid for the Big 12. All right, Bill Belichick, he's at number nine. His total pay is 10 million. He's in the ACC conference. Okay, so 10 million makes sense. And he has a maximum bonus of 3 million, $3 million, 3.3 million. Dion has a maximum bonus of 650,000. Oh no, I'm sorry. A maximum bonus of 1,875,000. Okay, so we see the vast differences here, and for good reason, right? The program's better. They're going to bring in more money. They're going to the conference. They're going to bring in just more money anyway. So it makes sense. Okay, so here I want to go over the deficits. Okay, because right now they have a deficit. It says Colorado forecasts a $27 million deficit. Okay, after Deion Sanders payout. That's what they're trying to say. All right, so I'm going to look at the deficit for 2023 through 2024. Okay, there was also a deficit there, but it's at 9.9. So we have jumped, right? We have jumped from 9.9 to 27. All right, so now let's look at the deficit for 2022. Okay, that deficit was at 13 million 2022. Still lower than 27, right? But higher than 9.9. 2022, Deion did not get there until the season in December. So he was not a part of that. All right, so then we have 2021. Okay, University of Colorado Boulder faced a significant financial deficit in 2021 with an estimated 120 million. Okay, 120 million. Now, this is general funding. It's not simply for the athletic department. So I will have to do more research to figure out, um, what the breakdown is for the athletic department in particular. But 120 million, that's a hell of a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money. All that I ask is that we give Deion grace. He can have one bad season. He can have one bad season. That's okay. And if he were white, would we be harping on him like this? If he didn't have rappers in the locker room, if he didn't have, his sons wearing chains and all the rappers and all the players wearing Cuban chains and just doing all the black things that people don't want to see in a place like Colorado, would we be talking about this? Would this be headline news? Would USA Today be talking about it? Would Boulder Daily be talking about it? Would it actually be a topic of conversation? No. That's the answer. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, that is the answer. People have been waiting since Deion arrived for him to fail, simply because he brings a level of culture and he brings blackness. That is the truth. That is the truth, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people skating around it. You guys always want to talk about, but we don't like the chains, or we don't like the music, or we don't like, things that are part of blackness, things that are part of black culture. Why is it that blackness cannot exist? Why is that? Why is that? Now, I mean, black, white, yellow, green, numbers are numbers. Okay? So if they have a 27 million athletic department deficit, cool. It has to be adjusted. It has to be fixed. That's unacceptable. Period, point blank. It doesn't matter if you are purple, blue, whatever. That has to be accounted for. But he should be able to have a little bit of grace, and he should be able to have a season where he doesn't win. 3-9, it's absolutely terrible. Is it a vast difference from last season? Absolutely. Yes, it is. Is it a vast difference from the season before? Absolutely, yes. But you're dealing with a whole new set of challenges. and a whole new set of team members, right? You have your star quarterback, he's gone.